It's running whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Ashalyn, and I am the owner of Shasta Vortex Adventures. We offer guided tours in the Mount Shasta area, and they are sacred site tours and guided vision quests. So our most popular tours, people come here from all around the world to explore what it's like to be on a sacred mountain and to learn more about themselves and do healing work. So that's what we do on the mountain. We take people to one or two or more vortex or portal sites, do guided meditations to help them to connect in with the energy of the mountain. And quite often those meditations take people down into the city of Telos, which is underneath Mount Shasta. And many people believe that it is where the ancient Lemurians have ended up. It's a place where there is nothing but peace, love, harmony, wisdom, joy, enthusiasm, and really, really bubbly, enthusiastic children. I love playing with the Lemurian children most of all. So, what brought me here? The mountain. I was living in the San Francisco Bay Area before I moved here. Heard about the sacred mountain and had to come up here and see what it was, and it got me in its grasp, and 2 years later I moved here. And I have been here for 24 years. I just had my 24th anniversary this week, and I plan on being here for another 24 or more. There's nowhere else I'd rather be on the planet than here. Yeah, I've been sitting on this magic mountain, meditating, hiking, doing intentions for so long that, you know, I feel like I'm one with the mountain or it's one with me, one or the other. Going somewhere else doesn't interest me at all. As far as magical experiences, I've got thousands.
Want to share a favorite one or two?
Most of those experiences are not seeing beings in the physical. It's like going into the inner earth or doing personal awakening, healing work. It's all on a spiritual level. And I say if you go up that mountain with the right intention and focus and intuitively are guided to one of the power spots, magic can happen. As far as a favorite experience, there's this one waterfall I like to go to. It's easier to talk about that because there's so much happening there. The water falls 60 feet over a cliff, and the whole cliff that it falls over, and actually the whole circle of hillside that's that the water falls into. There's a number of different portals that go into the stone walls. And some of those portals take you into the inner earth. Some of them take you to these other portals that take you up to Arcturus or Lyra or, you know, outer space. So, you know, people just go there and experience more of themselves. You can speak to the spirit of the waterfall. One portal that I go into, I actually am greeted by this tall male spirit with, you know, curly brown hair, and he is my my druid self, and I become my druid self, and together we go into Telos, and quite often we end up going there on the solstice or the equinox, and I always around noontime. And the people in Telos are standing in circle in this one open field, holding hands and going around and round and round and round and dancing and singing and chanting, and then eventually they're no longer on the ground, they're up in the air, you know. They're more higher dimensional beings, and the energy just gets higher and higher, and, you know, sometimes they invite me. I'm standing in the circle with them too, and it's just a great time of celebrating the cycles of the earth with a wonderful community of people. many people come here thinking that they've come home. Often they will find that they have Lemurian parallel lives happening as well, or that they have a family down there underneath the mountain, I say. And I've noticed that a lot of people are very, very, very enamored with Telos and what's happening in Telos. And I think that is a good thing, but I think maybe people sometimes need to step back and realize that that is not the only thing that you can get here in Mount Shasta. That is not the only thing that is important in your life. The most important thing is, what is your life purpose and what are you here to do? Is it a side trip? Is it a side trip or a circus act to learn more about Telos? You know, what is the real meaning that you want to explore Telos? So their main goal in Telos is to teach us or remind us how to be peace-loving, happy, joyful people. Period. You know, and that I consider to be your spiritual work too. A lot of my clients think that, oh, when I'm meditating or teaching or going to workshops, that's my spiritual work. And then when I go to the bank and deal with my kids and all that, that's my other work. Well, no. In my mind, it's all spiritual work, because it's about being a loving, respectful, cooperative, creative human being. That's what your spiritual work is. Figure out also what your life purpose is. Move through whatever fears are holding you back from doing that, and get on with the show. Give us the gifts you came here to share. All right? End of subject.
Awesome. I was gonna ask you what the message was, but you can't.
Get on with the show.
Let me pause that real quick while he grabs that phone. That was great. So my question is, if you knew growing up or as a child that you were on a spiritual path, or at what point you sort of discovered that.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised a Mormon.
Wow.
Spiritual path, but not the same one I'm on now. And, you know, Mormonism worked well for me until I turned 19 and I met some new female friends who told me about astrology and reincarnation, and it just really resonated with me as truth. And I said, wow, why didn't the Mormons tell me about this? Duh. And so that started my reading every single occult and metaphysical book I could get my hands on. And then in the mid-70s, I ended up getting trained, going through the one-year clairvoyant training program at the Berkeley Psychic Institute. I taught there for a little while, and then, you know, I went on my own, and I've done many different things since then. But no, I wasn't born psychic, probably sensitive, you know. But that's what got me to where I am now. And there's no way I can turn around.
No, it doesn't look like it.
No, I built my whole business around this, and you know, yes, I do make money doing it, but I help awaken many people daily. Right. As part of that's my sole purpose, is awakening people to who they are and helping them work through the blocks and get on with the show.
I think we get on with the show part.
Yeah, right. Get on with the show. This was supposed to be a happy, peaceful, delightful place much sooner than now. So let's get on with the show. Anyway, another question?
Yeah, do you have... Can I do a question?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm interested, because we're doing these like specific kinds of like, kind of in relation to the chakras, these specific like the heart, the throat, the gut, and the root, and then also the crown. So I was wondering if there was any like specific message that you think that the Telosians would have for us, and how to continue with our evolution in those departments?
The Telosians like to make it simple.
Right.
You know, they get up every day, they honor the sun, they have good food, they spend time with their friends, they enjoy the work that they do, they take plenty of time off to celebrate. They'll celebrate at the drop of a hat, you know. So, as far as the chakras, gosh, I don't know how to relate that to your, I don't know how to answer your question.
It's okay.
But they're just about enjoying the best aspects of life that you can possibly enjoy. And if you can get your chakras involved in that that pursuit, more power to you.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I don't have a specific answer.
Right. So they live like very much like us. They live like kind of, they work and they have families and
yeah, they have different jobs, and you know, some feel that they're more fifth dimensional than we are, more etheric. In fact, sometimes when I go to Telos, you know, more often than not, I usually consider myself a human being walking around in Telos. But every once in a while, I become my plasma body. You know, that's part of me that is like this. It has no form. It has no shape. And as that plasma body, I feel everything. If I go through the tall grasses, I feel each one of the blades of grasses. I smell it. I know what it's thinking. You know, so there's many, many different ways of communicating. And beyond the Telos experience, one thing that's really been coming to me this last year is I've been learning more about my galactic self. Many people say it's important to merge your higher self with your physical body and be fully present. Well, yes, that's true, but there is much more to you than just that higher self. That higher self is a very expansive being, and it has maybe several different lifetimes it's running at the same time, several parallel lives. And beyond that, I've been exploring my galactic self, the part of me that, you know, goes to other planets and does much more bigger things than I could ever imagine this little body doing. So it's time to get ourselves used to the fact that we are extremely expansive, creative beings of light who have absolutely no limits, no reason to be dysfunctional. You hear that? You dysfunctional junkies that want to get session after session. Oh, I need to deal with this pain. I need to deal with that pain. Forget the pain.
Right.
Go for the joy. Go for the creativity. Go for being in the present moment and feeling the wind on your skin and the sun. And how does that make you feel? Can you hear the birds sing? When was the last time you heard the birds sing?
Right, especially to us city dwellers.
Or seeing the stars sparkle in the sky.
I think it's a long time for some Philadelphians since they've seen the stars. Yeah. So do you think that the galactic self, is it all kind of related to the idea of a soul? Like we have this soul that's like our light being, and that's what's traveling and that's what's the same, but then we can have all these different kinds of bodies, or? Well,
you know, as humans we like to separate and delineate and categorize it and find reasons for. But then if you go all the way back to cosmic consciousness, you know, we are all one.
Right.
So what the heck does that mean? I like to keep it simple. Just say, this is my expansive self. And it's got many different aspects, and I'm not going to label them all for you to make you happy or to fill a chapter in your book. I'm just going to go inside and experience the expansiveness of me. And it doesn't need to have a name.
Right.
It just needs to have a memory. Right. Or a skill that I've remembered, or more information that gets downloaded and activated in this body, so I can contribute more to this present time in this moment. You know, everybody's talking about 2012. What's going to happen in 2012? You know what? Nobody knows. Nobody. Not even those folks up there. Because we are creating it with every thought, word, and action that we're doing right now. We are the creators of what's happening at the end of this year. So me, I've chosen to create more golden age situations, you know? Let's get on with the golden age. I like the definition of that.
What is the definition of
Live
that?
in peace, harmony, love, and grandeur. Respect people's, celebrate and respect people's differences. Quit this killing them because they're different. You know, they are children of God too. They have their own gifts, and everybody has a special, unique gift that needs to be explored and allowed to express itself, because without that, we're missing out on who knows what. So don't focus on what's going to happen in 2012. See how great you can make today. And that's the end of this tape.
Perfect. That was fantastic.